การพบกันของสองผู้นำทางผู้สื่อข่าวที่อยู่ที่สหรัฐก็ได้รับทราบบรรยากาศที่เกิดขึ้นอย่างใกล้ชิดนะคะคุณดลยณาบุญนาคได้คุยกับผู้สื่อข่าว VOA ไทยที่อยู่ที่นครซานฟรานซิสโกขอให้เล่าให้ฟังถึงการพบกันระหว่างสีจิ้นผิงและโจไบเดนค่ะ
So the two leaders have already met today. So what has been the main topic of their discussion between the two leaders?
Well, there was one main area that the U.S. really wanted to reestablish, and that is direct communication between militaries. And the presidents both agreed that they would reestablish military communication that had gone by the wayside since China stopped responding to the U.S. calls after they were angry that Taiwan hosted then U.S. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, incidentally, who was from San Francisco. And even in his press conference, U.S. President Joe Biden said he and she will be able to pick up the phone and call each other. Now, another takeaway is they agreed that China would go after companies that are involved in the production of precursor chemicals of fentanyl, which is a huge crisis here in the U.S. The abuse of fentanyl is a huge crisis here in the U.S.
So would you say that the meeting was a smooth sailing or was it a tough one?
It seemed to be smooth sailing. I mean, observers that were at this estate, Filoli Estate, which is about 44 kilometers south of San Francisco, said that their body language was very warm. You know, they were looking each other in the eye. They even took a stroll on the grounds. And I don't know if you're familiar with the 1980s show Dynasty, but this house is where Dynasty was filmed in the 1980s. And Biden even wished Xi's wife a happy birthday because they have the same birthday, and she returned the favor by saying that he had forgotten his wife's birthday because he had been so busy in the planning for this summit. So, I mean, stuff like that shows that it's not tense, at least between the two leaders.
Previously, there have been reports that the tensions between the United States and China may put the economic growth among APEC members in decline. Are the two leaders currently aware of this prediction?
Sure. I mean, President Xi said that this is the most consequential relationship in the world, and Biden echoed those statements. And, you know, a lot of the business leaders that we've been coming across at APEC from the APEC countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, they say that they would really like to see a less tense relationship so they're not forced to choose. They don't feel like they're forced to choose between the U.S. and China.
Now let's talk about Thailand a bit more. So what is the current sentiment from world leaders and the investors there about Thailand, especially now that Thailand has a new leader, ศรษฐา Thavisin, who said that he wants to put Thailand back on the international radar?
Well, he has a clear goal here, and that is to attract investment from the U.S. into the Land Bridge project, the $28 billion infrastructure project that would build, you know, a new shipping lane in the region and would be a game changer for shipping. So that's his clear goal, and it seems like he's being received very well. You know, he was supposed to speak at the summit hall with other world leaders, and you know, I do have a little personal story to share. He was out for prime rib on Monday night at the same restaurant that I was at. So it seems like he's enjoying himself.